The look of the Nissan Micra has changed a lot over the years. So the first generation was all angular, the second generation curvy and cute, the third generation went all cool and retro-y, and then Nissan went and cocked it up for the fourth generation model by creating an anonymous box.
This is the new Nissan Micra and it couldn't look more different. It's lower and it's wider. There's bold creases in the bodywork while the grille is copied from the GTR. Also, there's a wide range of wheels, contrasting trims and interior accents so you can personalise the car just as you want it. But as well as improving choice, Nissan also wanted to improve the quality.
And that's why there's 65% soft touch materials in this new Micra, such as up here on the dash, compared to just 35% in the old car.
Inside, this new Micra is a massive improvement, and it even has some interesting features such as mood lighting in the cubby in front of the gear stick.
For £500 you can get a Bose personal sound system, and you get speakers in the pillars and in the doors, so there's nothing unusual there. But you also get speakers in the headrest, and they point backwards slightly and they bounce the sound around the car, and you can alter the effect of the sound you get. So if you have it on tight, it's as though the sound is coming from the front of the car like you're in a theatre. Or you can make it go wide, and then you have what is pretty much cinema surround sound, and it is truly epic.
You can also specify the Micra with Nissan's latest infotainment system and get it with the around view cameras from the Qashqai. It also gets some of that car's driving tech, such as trace control.
And what that does is when you're turning a corner, it brakes the inside wheel slightly to get the car turning faster and gripping harder. It also gets the ride control, and that brakes the front wheels slightly, then the rear wheels when you go over a bump to smooth the car out. And yes, both those systems do work.
All this means that while this new Micra is built on the same platform as the old one, it feels a lot more like a bigger car to drive than ever before.
So this car was engineered in Cranfield, and that means it's been specifically set up to be able to cope with the terribly surfaced and rather twisty British roads, and as a result, it does drive very well. So it corners pretty sharply for a small car. It's not as much fun as, let's say, a Mazda 2, but it is more comfortable, and it's quiet as well even when you're going at speed, and that's helped with the fact that it's got the most aerodynamic body in its class, so there's very little wind noise. Not bad for a small car, this. In fact, it feels a bit more like a big car. Part of the reason for that is that it's designed to replace not only the old Micra but the Note as well, so it's a little bit more versatile than the previous Micra.
And this brings us on to safety, something which is more important than ever.
The car gets plenty of electronics to stop you crashing into stuff. So there's auto emergency braking, there's lane departure warning, which that's it, make work there. I weaved across the white line, the sensors picked it up, and I got a vibrating in the steering wheel, and that slight noise you just heard. And then there's also lane keeping assist, so when I cross the white line, the wheels on the opposite side to which way you're weaving brake slightly to steer the car back into lane.
Then there's the engines, all of which come from sister firm Renault.
So you can get this car with a 1.5 litre diesel engine, which can do 88 miles per gallon, a 1 litre petrol with 70 horsepower, which will probably feel a bit slow, or the engine in this car, which is the 900cc turbo petrol, and yeah, when you're driving it along, it feels pretty quick. The problem is when you slow down, let's say almost to a standstill for a junction, and you want to pull away, it's really sluggish off the mark until the revs build and the turbo kicks in, and then it takes off. And that can sometimes leave you floundering at something like a roundabout. Another slight problem I have with this car is the fact that, well, you can only get it with a 5-speed manual gearbox, so sometimes you're driving along and think, I know, I need 6, and yeah, that's reversed down there, so you don't want that. And you can't actually get an automatic with this car at the moment, so that will put some people off.
The petrol is supposed to do 64 miles per gallon, but I average 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres, which is 46 miles per gallon. But then, the European standard test is pretty unrealistic.
Also, it's a little unrealistic to expect a small car to be absolutely massive in the back seats. But the Nissan does have decent knee room. It's just a shame that the headroom is a bit on the tight side. Also, there's the fact that this is the top spec car, yet, look, it's got wind down rear windows rather than electrically operated ones, and the window doesn't go all the way down either. You don't get any door bins here in the back, and in the front, there's no central armrest, as I'll illustrate now by stretching my legs through there to try and relax a bit.
And that brings us on to the boot. The size is average for this class of car, but it lacks functionality like a riseable false floor, like you get on a Volkswagen Polo, to get rid of the load lip and ridge when you fold the seats down.
Still, this new Micra is one of the best small cars you can buy, though this is reflected in the price. So it starts from around £12,000, but the range-topping Technas, they're around £17,000. But if you click up there to go to carwow.co.uk, you can save an average of £3,600 on a new car.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and click on our logo to subscribe, and click on the panels to watch more of our videos.